Shalom, Israel. Shalom, shalom. Brother Naquam, watchman for Israel, coming back at you with these precepts and another cold cut, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, Wamalak Bashai. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth for decades and decades, patiently waiting and laboring for the second coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai. A hearty, mighty shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there in the highways and byways, pushing His truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, and enduring all things for the elect's sake. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there in the highways and byways as of yet, but they're working on it. They're getting built up in the spirit. They're praying, they're fasting, they're studying, they're being diligent, and they're abounding in the work of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the Aquaf out there, the sincere sisters. It's like they're out there zealous, diligent, and on fire, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. Shalom to the ancient men. Shalom to the children. Shalom to the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shabbat Shalom, another mighty Sabbath, right? To everybody tuning in live, Don Israel to meet, Kasaya, server 144K, Yvette McKellar, Stefano, Shalom King, Nigel Blends, HBK Ant, Brother Azra, Shalom King, Kyoko Banyumyan, Tapuak, Akyawakanan, Benjamin Youngwolf, Shalom, Yasha Allah, and everybody else tuning in and that will tune in, Lord willing. Right? We know that all hell is about to break loose on the earth. We know that Trump, believe it or not, Trump just sent two, I believe he said two nuclear submarines, right, out there to Russia, right? You have Iran building up their nuclear arsenal. You have this Cold War 2.0 looming, World War III, right? Let me pull this up. Submarines to Russia, right? Just let me pull this up. See, Trump moves nuclear submarines in response to Russia's highly provocative, right? And they were doing works, man, right? You had a lot of threats. You got a lot of talk going on. Trump said enough is enough. I'm sending nuclear submarines. You know, they have the capability to launch these missiles and hit somewhere in Russia. Now, the Most High said that there will be wars and rumors of wars, right? The Most High speaks of signs of the end of the world. And we in the last days, you want to understand that in order to be delivered out of here on a carnal level, we know all things of the Most High due to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai's foreknowledge, his divine counsel, and the election. But you have to understand what you have to do on the practical sense in these last days to be delivered. Hence the name of the lesson, 7 ways to please the Most High before Armageddon, right? 7 ways to please Yahweh, Bashmi Abashai, before Armageddon, right? Let me get this quick precept real quick, right? Let's get this real quick. Let's go to Baruch, the 4th chapter, and I'm going to pull that back up, right? So, you know, things can happen anytime. You know, in this knowledge, a lot of times things, and I say it often, things escalate, just like what happened with Iran and the state of Israel. You know, you had what you thought was the end all be all, but the Most High, he always bring things down, then he'll speed it back up, then things kind of go back down, and a lot of that shakes up a lot of brothers' faith, you know, and it shows also just how fast things can escalate, man. You know, so the Most High can have things escalate just like that. And if you're in the wrong spirit, you know, if you're in His truth and you're not sincere, or you're in His truth and you don't know how to please the Most High, then you might get caught out there, man. So we have to go into these lessons. So this is Baruch chapter 4 and verse number 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. So we in the last days, understanding that all hell is going to break loose. Jacob's trouble is inevitable. It's prophecy. World War III will happen. And the Lord said that the righteous shall scarcely be saved. We have to make sure that we're guiding our people and instructing our households and leading ourselves in the presence of the light of the Most High, right? Which is the laws, the statutes, and the commandments and the faith, right? Verse number 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Right. So don't sell yourself like Ahab to do mischief in the sight of the Most High. Don't give your honor, meaning give your strength over to sin. Right. Your honor is rooted in you being bound by a covenant with the Most High. Don't take what the Most High gave you and then you sell for mischief and for vanity. You know, a lot of brothers give your honor to another when you smoke weed, when you're slothful. You give your honor to these demons. You give your honor to a woman. And the things that are profitable for you, the things that you can gain, you deal with these other nations. You give it to the other nations, right? Your heritage, your strength, your power through these interracial relationships and marriages and being amongst the world and being amongst the wine of Babylon the Great. The things that are profitable to you, it's given to the other nations, right? And they just mix it amongst the multitude. Verse number 4. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. And this is the point I want, man. Right? It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us. And it's a blessing that we're the only ones that truly know how to please the Most High, man. Here we are, we're talking about the creator of heaven and earth, man. Yahweh, Bashmi Awashah, the only God, the true and living God, the immortal, only wise power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This isn't pleasing somebody at your job or pleasing a woman or your mother, your father, or a friend or whatever. We're talking about pleasing the Most High. And we've been given these secrets on how to please the Most High. So that, that should make a brother happy, man. That should bring joy to you that the Most High taught you how to please him. See, some people, you prove them or you get to know them and you're still figuring out what they like, what they don't like. And sometimes it takes years, man. It takes time to figure out, oh, I didn't know this person didn't like that. Or I took this person out to eat and they didn't like this kind of food. Or I didn't know that this person didn't like this kind of music. Or this is what pleases this person. With man, it takes time through trial and through error, through experiences. With the Most High, he laid it all out on the table. Here's what pleases me. Here's what doesn't please me. And through the actions of our forefathers, you can see what the Most High was pleased with and what the Most High wasn't pleased with. And as we approach Jacob's trouble, Armageddon, all hell breaking loose, you want to make sure when you're serving the Most High that you're doing what's pleasing to the Most High and you're not being vain. You're not seeking your own will. You're not seeking your own God, your own idol, and your own belly, man. But you're doing what the Most High commanded you to do. And these things are made known unto you. So it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. It's not an in-depth breakdown. This isn't a lesson on a parable. These are fundamental concepts that every brother should be practicing if you want to make it out of here. Now, if you don't want to make it out of here, then you're going to do whatever you think is right in your own eyes, man. Right? But I know we're looking to get out of here, man. We want this place to go down. And when these chariots come and all hell break loose, we want to be preserved in Jacob's trouble. And if we have to give our life up, we want to be resurrected. That's what this whole thing is about, man. Never lose sight on the promises. Don't get caught up in the vanity of Israel. Don't get caught up in gossip. Don't get caught up in madness. Keep your mind and your eyes single on the promises that the Heavenly Father gave your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right? This Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 10. That ye may walk worthy unto Slakia, that ye may walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in the knowledge of God. And we want to be found worthy in these days. The Most High put it in the spirit of the Apostle Paul to say that he's going to present us as a chaste virgin, a perfect bride without spot and without blemish. And brothers, you want to walk worthy, Salakia. You want to walk worthy of this calling that the Most High gave you. As quick as the Most High brought you in, it's just as quick as the Most High could bring you out. It says you want to walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing. And that's why it's also important for brothers to read, man. You don't see the things that the Most High was pleased with concerning our fathers, concerning the prophets, concerning the kings. And you're not always going to see it at the end of each chapter. And the Most High was pleased when David did this, and the Most High was pleased when Josiah did this or Hezekiah did this. Sometimes it's in there, but it's not in every detail. The Most High gave you these accounts for you to look at, and you can understand how the Most High dealt with these men based off of their works and what the Most High was displeased with and what the Most High was pleased with, right? So we want to walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, and not just that, being fruitful in every good work, right? And increasing in the knowledge of the Most High, strengthened with all might, according to his glorious power, unto all patience and long suffering with joyfulness, right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 113 and 2, right? So we're going to touch on 7 things. Now, 7, we know, is a number that means completion or perfection. So it may be more than 7, right? But it's still in the spirit of the Most High. Now, one of the things brothers can do that pleases the Most High, and this isn't in any order, right, of priority. This is just an amalgamation, for lack of better terms or words, of different works that brothers and different forms of knowledge that brothers can do and know when it comes to pleasing the Most High, right? Because what did the Lord say? Let me get this in Romans first, right? Let's go to Romans chapter 10. Then I'm going to get a precept in Proverbs. Romans chapter 10 and 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So a lot of brothers, they have a passion. The word zeal means a fire, a passion, a fervent mind to want to serve the Most High, but it's not the way the Most High wants you to serve him. The knowledge and what you think to serve the Most High, it's not how the Most High has set it up for you to serve him. That's why people go to church on Sundays. People call themselves catching the Holy Spirit. They're running around the church like a madman. They're eating unclean foods, being abominable, right? Paying tithes to their pastor. They think they're serving the Most High, talking about you Christians, but it's not according to the knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And there's truth. Some brothers think they're serving the Most High, but it's not the way the Most High told you to serve him, right? So this isn't just for Christians and Muslims and the 2/3 of our people. This also applies to brothers in his knowledge. A lot of times, brothers, you have this idea of what it means to be an Israelite based off of what you may see on the internet or what you may see on social media or whatever you may see, man, what you may have seen in the world or what you may have even heard. Instead of, and that's no different than a Christian church, you know, because they have this idea of how to serve the Most High and those exact same factors based off what they seen, what they heard, X, Y, and Z, instead of actually opening up the book, reading, examining themselves, applying their mind, and applying the precepts, right? So you don't want to have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge, right? Romans 10 and 3. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. So some brothers don't really know what's pleasing to the Most High, so they go about doing their own thing, right? Well, maybe if I do this and I sell this, then maybe I could do this and make this happen. Well, that's you doing your own thing. Or maybe if I set this up and I make this and I talk about this, then maybe I could maintain my own righteousness. No, brother. You can't establish your own righteousness. You cannot rewrite the script. You can't call an audible. This ain't Madden, man. This ain't the NFL, where the coach called a play action and you do an audible at the line and you do a damn handoff, man. No, you have to stick to the playbook. Some of these quarterbacks, man, they want to do an audible at the line. For brothers that don't know, an audible is when you change the play at the line, So you go off script. Now, you can't go off script, man. Some of these quarterbacks, they get pulled out the game for that stuff, man. And they never see the field again. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Stop trying to reestablish or establish your own righteousness without doing what the Most High told you to do, man. Right? So a lot of brothers may have the zeal, you know, maybe if I do this, if I get into this chat or join this group chat or link up with this brother, if I do this, but no, the Most High never told you to do none of that stuff, man. That's something that you heard, you know, but you didn't question it, you didn't dive into it. So one of the things that pleased the Most High, like I said, this isn't in any order. Actually, I wanted to get this in Proverbs too. I mean, Proverbs as well, right? Chapter 16 and verse 2, right? It reads, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahweh weigheth the spirits, right? And this is heavy, man, because a man is going to say and do what he think is right, regardless of what somebody tells him. You know, everybody's clean in their own eyes, and can't nobody do no wrong. Everybody's justified. Everybody knows the 100% truth of everything, you know, but the Lord is going to weigh the spirits. The Lord is going to weigh things in the balance. See, what the Most High does in this truth, the Most High looks at your heart. He looks at your spirit. No man is going to be saved by the knowledge that he has. That can't save you in the kingdom. You can know a lot, but if you're not doing it and applying it, then you're not going to make it. No man is going to be saved by how many likes he has on social media. No man is going to be saved by how many views he has. No man is going to be saved by how many wives he has. No man is going to be saved by how fresh he is, right? Or how bad his garment is, how tall he is. The Lord is going to weigh the spirit, and the Most High is looking for the pure in their spirit, sincerity, integrity. That's what the Most High is looking at in the last days, man. So he's weighing the spirits out in the last days. When you go to the book of, let's get this in Zephaniah, the first chapter, right? Let's get this in Zephaniah, the first chapter, right? This is Zephaniah. See, let me see if this is what I want, right? Bear with me. I'm gonna have to pull this up. Here it is, like Zephaniah chapter 1 and 12. It reads, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leagues, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. And a lot of Israelites are going to be in for a rude awakening, man. Why do you think Yahushua said that there are going to be men that say, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name? And in thy name have cast out devils and have done wonderful works? And what is Yahushua going to say unto them? Then shall he begin to say unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So there are men that really think they're doing the will of the Most High. And they're going to find out that they're going to be rejected in those days because they're not doing what's pleasing to the Most High. They're doing what satisfies their own lust and their own belly, you know, and they're serving their own God instead of serving the Most High. But the Most High, what this verse is saying, is he's going to search Jerusalem with candles, man. Don't you know the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good? That's Proverbs 15:3. And in another place in 2 Chronicles 16:9, it says that the eyes of the Lord run to and fro in the earth, you know, to show themselves strong on behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards him. So the Most High is searching us with candles, right? He's revealing things. He's revealing people's spirits. People are getting exposed, you know, for being insincere. People are being humbled. The Most High is searching Jerusalem with candles. And he's going to punish the men that are complacent and punish the men who think that the Most High won't judge them. That's what he's saying. So this is a wake-up call for every single one of us to ensure that what we're doing is what's written, but not not what man is doing, right? The Lord said the fear towards me is taught by the precept of men. Now, I wanted to get this in the book of Psalms. So let's dive into it, right? Let's dive into it. I believe I want Psalms chapter 113. One thing that the Most High is very well pleased with is you praising the Most High. right? With you thanking the Most High and you blessing the name of the Most High and talking up the works of the Most High. The Most High is pleased with that. The Most High commands you to praise his name, to bless his name. And a lot of brothers don't do that, man. A lot of brothers won't even say Barakatah Yahweh Bashmi Awashah or Thawada Yahweh Bashmi Awashah, right? You might say it over your food, right? You might say it when you got that job. You might say it when you came into some money, right? You might say it when you need the Most High. A lot of people treat the Most High like he's a genie, man. And you only call upon the name of the Lord when you're in need. When your rent is low, it's like when your rent is high, man. You know, when you need that extra dollars to make some stuff shake for you, but you don't bless the name of the Most High in your affliction. You don't bless the Most High when you receive evil. You don't bless the Most High when you receive chastisement. And the Most High sees that, man. And the Most High, this man only blesses me. He only calls upon me when he needs something. But when I took things away from him, he still didn't praise my name. And you don't want to have that spirit in the last days. You want to be sincere, and you want to often talk about the works of the Most High and bless his name and give him thanks in all things, right? Is that not written? I know I keep wanting to get Psalms, right? But it's the spirit, right? Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 5, right? Plain precept. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, Slakia. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse number 18. In everything, give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahushua concerning you. So everything should be the water Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. Rather you got fired from your job or you got a job. Rather you came into some money or you lost some money. Rather you increased in health and you recovered from a sickness, or rather you got sick. All things are blessed be Yahweh Bashmi Yahushua. You know, remember when Hezekiah was after he revealed his heart and his possessions and treasures to the Babylonians, there was a judgment put on him. And what did Hezekiah do, man? See, this is something that we have to learn from. Let's go to Isaiah, right? Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Let's get this. Actually, I want Isaiah 39, right? Let's get this in Isaiah, the 39th chapter. So I'm not going to read this whole account, but Isaiah, that these Babylonians came and Hezekiah was naive, right? And he exposed the treasures and the secrets of the Most High to the heathen. To the point of Baruch, the 4th chapter that I brought out earlier through the Spirit, it says, give not that which is profitable unto thee to a strange nation. And that's what Hezekiah did. And he was judged for that. For the treasures and the wisdom and the knowledge, I'm talking spiritually, that the Most High gave him, he gave it to the heathen. He did it on a carnal level with actual riches. Now, this is Isaiah chapter 39 and verse number 5. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, hear the word of the Lord of hosts. So here's his judgment. Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon. Nothing shall be left, said the Lord. The Lord said they're going to rob everything. You ain't going to have no more possessions. You want to show the heathen everything? All right. They're going to take everything. Verse number 7, Isaiah 39 and 7. And if thy sons that shall issue from thee, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, good is the word of Yahweh, which thou hast spoken. He said, moreover, for there should be peace and truth in my days. You know, because in his days, the judgment wasn't going to come. But the point of the matter is, it says, good is the word of the Lord, which thou hast spoken. And a lot of brothers wouldn't say that, man. Here it is, the Most High told them, everything that you have is going to be taken away from you. And your sons, the heathen, are going to take away. And they're going to mutilate them and destroy them, and they're going to be eunuchs. How many brothers would say, good is the word of the Lord, which thou hast spoken? If you had a dream by night and the Most High told you he's going to take away your children from you, the first thing that you're going to be inclined to do is to say, why, God? What have I done? You know? Peradventure, the Most High came to you and said, all of your wealth that you've heaped up, I'm taking it away from you tonight. How many brothers would say, good is the word of the Lord, which thou hast spoken? How many brothers say that when you sprained your ankle, man? The last time that you had something so-called bad that befell you or evil that befell you, did you say, good is the word of the Lord which thou hast spoken? You know? And the Most High is looking for that. He's looking to see how you deal with affliction, how you handle adversity. It's easy to praise the Most High when things go well. It's easy to bless the name of the Most High when you get married, when you have your first son, when you come into an opportunity that you were longing for. It's so easy to bless the Most High. But when these things are removed from you, a lot of brothers, they don't have that same energy and they don't have that same spirit. Right? Let's get another account of that. Right? Let's go to 1 Samuel, the 3rd chapter. So think about that. Good is the word of the Lord that thou hast spoken. Right? This is 1 Samuel, right? The 3rd chapter and verse number 17. Now, when you read this account, remember, the Lord called Samuel 3 times. And the Lord told Samuel that he's going to judge the house of Eli forever. He told that. Eli, your sons, your family, your priesthood, I'm taking that all away from you, Eli. Now, Eli asked Samuel, said, well, what did the Lord show to you? Right? And that's where we're at right now. So this 1 Samuel 3 and 17. And he said, what is the thing that Yahweh hath said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. God do so more, Slaki, God do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee. He said, man, spill the beans, right? Reveal everything that he said. Verse number 18. And Samuel told him every whit and hid nothing from him. And he said, it is Yahweh. Let him do what seemeth him good. And that's heavy right there, man. He said, it's the Lord. Let him do what seemeth him good. So think about that. Think about Hezekiah. Think about Eli. When evil and judgment befalls you, man, are you going to bless the name of the Most High? Are you going to be in the spirit? This is having temperance. See, self-control is not, like I always say, it's not just, okay, I have to have self-control so I don't spaz out. I don't crash out. I don't become a lion in the house. I don't have road rage. I'm not throwing stuff in the house, right? This is also temperance, because it can be easy to be depressed hearing bad news. It can be easy to get out the spirit when things don't go your way. But these men, they had a different spirit. One said, good is the word of the Lord. And he said his sons are going to be eunuchs. Another man said, it is the Lord. Let him do what seemeth him good. So you want to always have that spirit to bless and give thanks and praise the name of the Most High in good and evil, because the Lord is looking at your heart, right? This is Psalms chapter 113 and 1, right? Psalms 113 and 1. Bless ye the Lord. Praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of Yahweh, right? And you have to pray. Literally, this isn't a metaphor. Right? This isn't a dark saying. It's not an allegory. You have to literally give thanks and praise the name of Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. Blessed be the name of Yahweh from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun unto the going down of the same, Yahweh's name is to be praised. And you can't overlook that. See, a lot of brothers overlook these things. Let me dive into the deep, dark parable. What's the next controversial topic? Let's dive into this deep, dark saying, right? Let's do this. But you're overlooking the things that please the Most High. He's telling you straight up and down that his name is to be praised, man. Who is he saying that to? Is he saying that to the lions and to the sheep and to the beasts of the field? Is this to the creeping things who have no wisdom? No, this is written unto man, to the sons of God. Even in the book of Genesis, the 4th chapter at 26, it says, then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. So you should constantly be praising the name of Yahweh Ba'ashmi Abashai, whether that's through song, whether that's just a simple Tawada Yahweh Ba'ashmi Abashai, a Barakatha Yahweh Ba'ashmi Abashai, and you're blessing the name of the Most High. It's to be praised. People want to praise athletes. People want to praise their own name. People want to receive admiration amongst men and receive credibility based on what they did for man, but you don't want to give that power to the Most High. That's a damn shame, man. So you want to have the spirit where you're constantly blessing and praising the name of the Most High. Let's go to Psalms chapter 34. And that's a literal thing and work that brothers can do. That pleases the Most High. Huh? And you have to do it in sincerity. See, the Most High, see, that's what's going to separate those who make it and those who may not make it. That may be one of the factors. Right? The only difference is this man praises me in good and evil all the time, and this man doesn't. They got the same knowledge, same wisdom, right? Same understanding, same talent, same gifts, but I gotta draw the line. And the line is this man in sincerity always blesses my name and glorifies me, and this man doesn't. And which one are you going to be? Which one are you now? These are things that you have to think about. Psalms chapter 34 and verse number 1. I will bless Yahweh Bashmi Abashai at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make her boast in Yahweh. The humble shall hear thereof and be glad. Oh, magnify Yahweh with me and let us exalt his name together. So David was doing this, man. David wasn't just killing Philistines all day. He wasn't just slaying the Edomites all day. You know, he wasn't just sitting up there in the palace all day eating grapes, right? He wasn't just running over a heathen and jumping over walls. Part of what made David a man after the Most High's own heart, which is something that we all need to strive for, is that he sought what was pleasing to the Most High. You want to be a man like David. You want to be a man after the Most High's own heart. What does it mean to be after Yahweh Bashmi Abashai's own heart? Well, think about it. If you're a man, think about it in a relationship. If you want a woman, right? You want that woman to love you, right? You want to gain that woman, you want to marry that woman, etc. You're going to be after her heart. You're going to do the things that please her, and you're going to avoid the things that displease her. You're going to pick up on little things that she likes. You're going to pick up on certain things that she doesn't like. You're going to pay attention to her stories of her family or certain experience that she went through so you can relate to it and bring it back up. You're going to pick up, you're after her heart. And nothing that she says or everything that she says matters. Right? So you're pursuing her. You're pursuing her mind. You want to prove to her that her mind is important. And your mind is after her mind. That's what David did with the Most High. He sought throughout the law. Oh, here's what pleased the Most High. I'm never doing that. Here's what pleased the Lord. Okay, well, the Most High will be pleased if I do this. David wanted to build a temple, man. The Most High said, hold on, man. I never asked you to do that. That's a good thought. But I didn't ask you to do that. That was in David's heart, to please the Most High. He was the first one to say, I'm going to build a temple for the Lord, man. That was in his spirit. Because he was constantly thinking about how to bless the name of the Most High. And then when the Lord told him you can't do it because your hands are too bloody, he even drew the blueprint for the temple. And heaped up gold and silver and laid out resources and called captains and his men together to encourage Solomon to build the temple. You want to be like David. See, a lot of people talk about what David committed adultery. He did what we all sin. But one difference between David and other men is that David was sincere. And David always sought what pleased the Most High. That's why this is in the Psalms. I'm going to read it again. Psalms 34 and 3. Oh, magnify Yahweh, Bashmi Abashai with me, and let us exalt his name together. And don't be too cool to praise the name of the Most High, man. Ain't nothing cool about not praising the name of the Most High. Too cool for school to bless the name of the Lord. You say, Barakatha Yahweh Bashmi Abashai, your spirit ain't right, man. You are the world. David was dancing to the Most High, man. His garments start kind of falling off and what have you. You want to have that kind of spirit, right? You got a song of the Most High in your heart, man. Sing that song. Write a song out, man. What do you think most of these psalms are? They're prophecies, dark sayings, and praises to Yahweh Bashmi Abashai, man. Right? This Sirach 43. So we're touching on different things that please the Most High. Number one is blessing and giving thanks and praising the name of Yahweh Bashmi Shah. He's very well pleased at that if it's sincere. If you're forcing it, the Most High sees that too. Somebody got to damn near beat you to bless the name of the Most High. You have giving a half effort. I'll use those words. Giving a half effort. Somebody say praise the Most High with me. The Lord sees that, man. You're lazy about it. You're not really into it because you're not really into the Most High. You know, and if it's a burden and a chore to you to praise the Most High, then you might not make it when all hell break loose. Sirach chapter 43 and 30. We all know this. When ye glorify Yahweh, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for ye can never go far enough. You can never say, "What I kind of praised the Most High a little too much. I was a little too loud. There's a little too much singing, a little too much writing the breakdown out, a little too much thanking the Most High, a little too much read, a little too much, right? I shouldn't have just, praised the Most High so much." See, when you read about our fathers, they were and read their prayers. That's all I'm going to say. Go back and read Nehemiah, the 9th chapter. Read Daniel, the 9th chapter. Read how humble we were when we praised the Most High. You often hear certain phrases, "Lord, if I found favor in your sight, O Lord of heaven and earth, that made the sea and the dry land, who dwelleth in eternity," all and they would constantly praise the Most High, and they meant those things. Read the prayer of the Song of the Three Holy Children, right? So that's one thing brothers can always do that pleases Yahweh Bashmi Shah, is you giving thanks and praising his name. The Most High loves to be praised. He's jealous. He's a jealous God. He's a jealous God. Don't you know the Most High got angels up there that praise him all day, every day, man? And they say, "Holy, holy, holy." The whole earth is filled with his glory. Let's get that in Revelation, the 4th chapter. Revelation chapter 4 and verse number 8. And the four beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within. And they rest not day and night, saying, "Slakia, holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was and is to come." So, the Most High, he got them up there praising him nonstop. And stop thinking they sound like you and I when we sing, or you and me. See, we got famous Israelite singers, man. You got Luther Vandross amongst men. You got Whitney Houston amongst the Eves. They were like that times 1,000, and they can hit different notes, and they can go baritone, soprano, alto, and they praised them right now. They're praising the Most High right now. This didn't just happen on the Isle of Patmos. This is happening right now. Verse number 9. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, "Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created." And the 24 elders really are a spiritual representation of the elect. That's why when you read the book of Revelation, they have the bowls with the prayers of the saints, and they stand before the throne of the Most High. And there's other things about the 24 elders where they even said, "Thou hast received glory and honor," right? In Revelation, the 5th chapter. And they say, "We shall reign on the earth," in 5 and 9. So when you look at the 24 elders, they should show you how you should be serving the Most High. And they cast their crowns. Any glory and honor they got, they know it belongs to the Most High. Right? They know it belongs to Yahweh Bashmi Rashad. Let's get one more on this topic before we move on to the next thing that pleases the Most High. Let's go to 1 Chronicles chapter 16 and verse number 23. Sing unto Yahweh Ba'ashmi Yahushai, all the earth. Show forth from day to day his salvation. You should always be talking about the salvation of the Most High, the promises, the covenants, the glory. If all your talk is about sports, sex, wickedness, the world, he say, she say, gossip, celebrities, murmuring, your job, clothes, what you want to eat, if that's all your conversation is about the flesh and not about the spirit, it's time to examine yourself. He's telling you what pleases him. These are commandments. These aren't suggestions. He's not suggesting that you show forth day to day his salvation. These aren't options. These are commandments. You have laws, you have statutes, you have commandments, you have ordinances, you have instruction, you have counsel. Well, I can't sing to the Lord. I don't know. It doesn't matter, man. Do what the Most High tell you to do. Right? Declare his glory among the heathen, his marvelous works among all nations. Right? For great is Yahweh and greatly to be praised. He also is to be feared above all gods. Right? So he's supposed to praise the Most High, talk of his works, man. You know, people speak of Mother Nature, the universe, karma. You shut it down. And no, that's Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Yahushai. And the Most High sees that, man. You brothers that agree to the universe, that throw the word, you agree to karma and Elamite philosophies, and you give credence to Mother Nature and to chakras and things that don't belong to the Most High sees that, man. Instead of you pleading on behalf, no, that's the Most High who did that. That pleases the Heavenly Father. Remember, the scriptures say he is a jealous God, right? He is a jealous God. Let's go to the book of Sirach 39. Right, let me see where I'm at with time. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 39. All right, so let me see the time again. We're making good time. Right, so if you want to know how to please the Most High in the last days, then you're gonna definitely do these things, man. Another thing that pleases the creator of heaven and earth is sincerity and meditation. You know, what you think about, your level of sincerity, your level of integrity, that pleases the Most High. Because you could be a brother that knows breakdowns, that knows knowledge, that has understanding, but you don't think about the Most High and his works. You don't meditate in the prophecies or meditate in the precepts, and you have no sincerity. A lot of brothers may not, or sisters, you may not be sincere. You got women that are in this thing just for men. You have women that are in this truth just because they may make garments or may have a business and they want to profit off of Israel. Same thing with men. You have men that look at the nation of Israel as the pocket, right? And they're looking to make a profit off of the hundreds and thousands of Israelites and its knowledge. So everything becomes a scheme, a scam, an opportunity for them to receive money, filthy lucre. So you want to ask yourself and look at yourself and see, are you moving in a spirit of sincerity? You know? So this is Sirach chapter 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. So a wise man, here's what he's going to do. He's going to give his mind to the law. He's going to think about the laws, and he's going to make sure that he's keeping those laws. He's not giving his mind to the law to not do it. He's giving his mind to the law to speak about it and then to do it. So he's often meditating and thinking about Yahweh, Ba'ashmi Yahushai, and the precepts. See, the Lord is not pleased with a man whose thoughts are in the world. Now, what did Yahushua say in the book of Mark, the 7th chapter? He said, from the thoughts, those are the things that defile the man. Let me get that real quick in Mark chapter 7 and verse number 20. And he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these things come from within and defile the man. You have to check your thoughts, man. You have to check what you think about. Did not the Most High say that we read earlier, he pondered the hearts, he pondered the spirits? And he's looking at the men who are constantly thinking about him, what they can do to please the Most High. Certain precepts, laws, self-examination. These are the thoughts that brothers should be having in the last days, man. We just showed you all hell is about to break loose, man. World War III is on the rise. They got false flags, active shooters, famine, disease. This economy's crashing. Prices are going up. And you really want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack. And I mean that in a spirit of righteousness. You know, when I say separate yourself, I'm not meaning go in the world or go into other philosophies. I mean, like you running a race. It's time to be in overdrive mode, huh? When you see these people running the race, some people kind of pull away. They tap into that second gear, they get that second wind, they pull away from the rest. And they're so far ahead of them that it's impossible for them to lose. That's the time that we live in there now. We're in a time where it's time to kind of pull away from the rest of the pack and encourage those who are behind to move in the same fashion, right? To examine ourselves, to make sure that we're doing what the Most High commanded us to do, and not getting caught up in folly and drama and wickedness and madness. Check your thoughts, right? And see, what do you think about throughout the day? And do you know how to even think about the name of the Most High and his works, man? And meditate in his doings. Because all these other thoughts, they defile you, right? They defile you straight up and down. So going back to this in Sirach 39 and verse number 2. And if you have a 1611, I believe the subtitle for Sirach 39, it says a description of him who is truly wise, right? So these are the things that a wise man is going to do. Let's read on. Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 2. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also, right? So he's going to dive into the mysteries. He's not going to neglect reading, studying. Verse number 3. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. Yeah, he's going to meditate in these things, man. That brother, a man that pleases the Most High, is a man that searches out the secrets. What did the Lord say in Proverbs? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 25. Right? That's a man that's occupied in the word of the Lord. He may read something and say, man, let me meditate on that right there, man. I'm reading this dark saying, I'm going to dwell on that. The Most High, I want to see if you dwell on these things. Some brothers read just to say they read. They have no idea what they read. They don't even know what the hell just happened. They just say, okay, I read my X amount of chapters, and they get on their phone and freak off. Then you ask the brother, what did you read? I don't know. I think Goliath, I've read about Goliath killing David. That's wickedness, man. Yeah, I was reading 1 Samuel 17, and, David defied the armies of the living God, and Goliath took a sling, and Goliath, it killed them, and the Lord made Saul king. Some brothers don't even know what the hell is going on, man. And they're reading. So you want to seek out these sentences. You want to meditate. You want to get into this word, man. Proverbs 25 and verse number 2. It is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. So if you're searching out the matters of prophecy, you're meditating on lessons, breakdowns, things that may edify your household and you, the Most High, he's pleased with that. He's pleased with those things. That's what we're reading about in Sirach 39 and 3. We read in Proverbs, it's the honor for a king to search out a matter. Let's read on. Sirach 39 and 3. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. He will serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he hath tried the good and the evil among men. So he has gained experience. He has gained discernment, and he has gained the spirit where now he's able to increase in wisdom based off of his travels and his learnings. Verse 5. He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him, and will pray before the Most High, and will open his mouth in prayer and make supplication for his sins. What the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer. He shall direct his counsel and knowledge, and in his secrets shall he meditate. Do you meditate in the secrets of the Most High? Do you give your heart early to resort to the Lord? Or do you wake up and the first thing you do, you get on your phone and you check Facebook? Then you go on Instagram. Then you go on so-called Twitter or X. And then you're on TikTok. And then you're in this social media. Then you're checking your messages. Then you're in that group chat. And then you get up and you make breakfast. Then when you have time, then you pray for the Most High. And some brothers, man, when you praying to the Most High, you're not even into it, man. You're not. You're thinking about what you're going to eat. You're thinking about your job. You got all this stuff on your mind. You can't even compartmentalize and separate worldly thoughts and thoughts that pertain to this life from thoughts that pertain to the world to come. You don't think the Most High sees that, man? That you don't give your all into him? That you don't resort early to him? You don't meditate in his secrets? These are beautiful secrets for the Most High, man. And the Most High is going to be pleased. He looks at his servant. Look, he's searching these things out. Right? That shows that you reverence and respect and glory in the word of the Most High. Right? So these are the things that men of the Most High are going to be doing in these last days, man. Right? Because again, the Most High, he looketh at the heart. He's looking at the heart of men. And now it's time to really pull away. Right? It's time to pull away from the pack and be on fire in these things. Right? It's time to be on fire in these things, man. Right? We're looking to get the hell out of here. We don't want to die in Babylon the Great. We know World War III is on the rise. We know that the missiles are coming to America. And again, like I brought out earlier, we know that judgment is going to begin first at the house of the Most High. And that the righteous they're scarcely going to be saved. Brothers, we're barely going to make it if we do make it. But you want to be part of those who in your sincerity and in your utmost power, you did everything that you could do that was pleasing to the Heavenly Father in the last days. You don't want to leave nothing on the table. Right? So 1 Samuel 16:7. But Yahweh said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, looketh on the heart. And we all know this, man. See, the Lord is looking at your heart. Everything else is an illusion, really. What you see on YouTube, what you see on the highways and byways, these things really, you can't see the man's heart. That's why it's an illusion. All you could do is trust the discernment that the Most High gave you, that men are sincere. But you're fallible, man. You're very faulty. Every man is faulty. Every man in his best estate is altogether vanity. So no man can really know the heart of man. Only the Most High can. So think about that. When you look at brothers, when you look at sisters, the Most High sees what's in their heart. And more importantly, look at the Most High is going to see, or he does see, what's in your heart, right? What's in your mind, what you think about. Are you really examining yourself? Are you really applying how to serve the Most High? Are you keeping the commandments? Are you being obedient? He's looking at these things, and it's not a one-day thing. It's an every second thing. The Most High is looking at your heart. And again, that's why we have to do lessons like this, man. We have to touch on these fundamentals, right? This is Luke. These are essentials, man. These are, biblical essentials to salvation. Luke chapter 6. We brought this out at camp today. Luke 6:45. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good. And an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart, his mouth speaketh. You see that? So you're going to say what you think. And if you're a good man, you're going to bring out good things out of your mind. You're going to talk about, you know, what a brother is about based off of what he says. You got to watch a brother that all he does is talk about the world all day. He never want to talk about the Most High. He never want to have a godly discourse. All of his conversation has to be about money, the world, and vanity. Well, you know where his mind is at, man. It's not a good man. And he has bad, rotten, rusty, spoiled treasure in his heart. He's bringing forth evil things. You want to mark men that do talk about the Most High, that always talk about doing the work, that talk about the Most High and praising the Most High. Those are the things that you want to think about. You got to ask yourself, are you that type of individual? When's the last time that you actually spoke about the works of the Most High and brought forth that which is good? You know? So this shows that the Lord looketh at the heart, right? And he knows which men are good men based off of what they bring out of their heart. Let's go to Psalms chapter 10, right? I want Psalms 10 and verse number 4. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. Don't be like the wicked, man. Where the wicked, the so-called white man, you think when he makes these intercontinental ballistic missiles, when he deports Gad, Reuben, Issachar, Zebulun, when he decides to murder you cold-blooded in the streets, do you think even at his home, as he eats his raw meat and drinks his baby blood, do you really believe that the Most High is in his thoughts? You think he's the Most High wouldn't be pleased if I... No. But on the contrary, we have to be the brothers where the Most High is in all of our thoughts. And in every step that we take, we're considering the Most High. Would the Most High be pleased with this? If I said this right now, would the Most High be displeased if I took this step right now? Right? If I did this, if I did, see, that's the man where the Most High is always in his thoughts. Right? So what pleases the Most High also is your meditations, your thoughts, and your sincerity. If you have that, if you meditate in the works of the Most High, you praise the name of the Most High, he's always in your thoughts, you're going to last a long time in this truth. And you're going to fare well. And the Most High is going to bless you. And you're going to be protected, man. Because you're doing these things in sincerity. These are what you call intangibles. These are things you don't see on camera for brothers. These are things you don't see on YouTube. These are things that you don't see on social media. These are a lot of what brothers do is behind the scenes. And the Most High said it, the fruit declareth if the tree hath been dressed. And you're going to know a man by his fruit, by his actions, by what he says. You know? So you're going to be able, like I love this precept in the book of Malachi, the 3rd chapter. It's like I put K now. Let me get this in Malachi. I love this precept in Malachi 3. Right? Malachi 3 and 18. It reads, then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. Like I always say, man, there's only 2 types of people in the last days. Only 2 types. And you know who these 2 types are, man. It's not a third, it's not a fourth, ain't nobody in between. There's 2 types of people on the earth in the last days. Help the men that serve the Most High and the men that serve him not. Those are only 2 types. And you want to be able to discern between who's really serving the Lord and who's not. And that's going to be based off of the fruit that they display. Right? That's how you're going to be able to discern. That's what Yahushua said, that a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit. Neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Right? So you want to be able to discern these things in the last days. Right? So let's go to Sirach chapter 5. And if you're not sincere, you know what the Most High is going to do? Let me get this first. He's going to expose you, man. And you're gonna have your card pulled, man. It's only a matter of time. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's only a matter of time before you are exposed before the entire congregation because you were never sincere. So, that could be scary, man. The Most High start bringing all your sins out. Everything is put on the table. It's on the forefront of the nation. So you want to check yourself. If you're a brother and you have ulterior motives, you need to fast and pray that the Most High get rid of that. If you're a brother and you know what I'm talking about, if I'm talking to you, if the shoe fit, if you're a brother that really, you struggle with vanity, you struggle with pride, you struggle with wanting to be known, wanting to be seen, wanting to receive recognition, nation, you know what I'm talking about, recognition. If that's something that you struggle with, you need to pray that the Most High get rid of those things. That's not being sincere. If you're a brother that struggle with, hustling, trying to use this truth for money, you better pray that the Most High open up another way and take that spirit away from you where you don't have to use this truth as means of a hustle. If you're in this truth and you're looking to receive notoriety and attention from man, you're looking to make a name for yourself, you're looking to be the next big thing, that's not sincere. And he sees that. And it's only a matter of time before your car get pulled. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 30. Exalt not thyself lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. The Lord didn't say your flesh. He said your spirit, your mind is full of deceit. So brothers have to walk lowly and walk in humility. If not, your secrets, meaning your sins, and your intentions, not just your sins. Some brothers' intentions are secretive. Only they know it. And whoever, they may confess that to. Your intentions and your sins are going to be on public display. And you're going to be cast down in the midst of the church. Why? Because it tells you, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit. You in this truth and you know that you're in this thing for a woman and you watching this video, you better examine yourself, man. Yeah, I came into this thing, I heard about these Israelite women. I'm going to get me one of them and, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. If that's your spirit, it's time to examine yourself, man. Right? It's time to get your spirit right. You want to be able to be confident knowing that you're striving to be clean. I can tell you in Job. Let's get this in Job, the 17th chapter. Right? This is Job chapter 17 and verse number 9. The righteous, and these are the things we need to focus on in the last days. That's why it's called 7 ways to please the Lord before Armageddon. There's no woulda, shoulda, couldas when that door closed. See, when Yahweh Bashmel Shai destroys his place, when he brings the famine, when he brings World War III, when he brings chaos, martial law, when he brings these things on the earth, our works aren't going to be able to save us. Now, the Most High is going to reward every man according to his works, but it's up to the Most High's mercy to save us in these days. All things are of the Most High's foreknowledge, election, and mercy, when you really have understanding. And if we're looking for mercy of the Most High, we know that the Lord is going to try our hearts and try our spirits. So you want to make sure you're doing what's right in the Lord, man. So this is Job chapter 17 and verse number 9. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. And you got certain brothers, they're deceptive, man. They joined the camp. One brother told me, man, he said he joined the congregation. He said he got what he needed, and he's going to take this truth to the next level. And he took men with him. And it wasn't sincere. Right? You can't take this. See, the truth is not about taking it to the next. If your mind is saying, I'm going to take this truth to the next level, that is not a sincere statement. Some brothers, they sow discord because they want to heap men into themselves. The Lord prophesied about that in Acts 20 and 28. The Lord said, of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after themselves. That's not being clean, you know? And I'm talking to you, brothers. If you're a brother and you're in a congregation, but you really want to be in there because you want to draw away disciples and make them follow you, you want to paint yourself in the light or paint leadership in the wrong or sow discord amongst brothers to make it seem like you're going to come out with the upper hand, you better repent. If you're working darkness and mischief, the Most High is going to expose you. And those are filthy, nasty, dirty hands. Let me read this again. The righteous also shall hold on his way, and he that hath clean hands shall be stronger and stronger. These are the brothers you see waxing stronger in knowledge, increasing in wisdom, increasing in faith, building themselves up because they have clean hands. Clean hands, and these men are pure in the spirit. Right? Let's go to that in Matthew 5. I put 4, I want 5. Right? Matthew chapter 5 and verse 8. Where's that at? Come. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Let's go to this word pure. Right? Let's go to this word pure. Katharos. Right? Katharos, and it means, let's see, clean, pure. That's the word in the Greek. Purified by fire. And a similitude, like a vine cleansed by pruning and so fitted to bear fruit. Clean, the use of which is not forbidden, imparts no uncleanness. Ethically, free from corrupt desire, from sin and guilt. See, you can never be free from sin in these bodies, right? Or corrupt desire, because you have lust that dwells in you. So here's the true definition. Free from admixture of what is false, sincere, genuine. You want to be a genuine brother, man. I know a lot of genuine brothers, man. I know a lot of genuine brothers. From what I know, now the Most High, he's looking in the heart. He's doing an in-depth analysis. It's like you go to a X-ray guy, a physician. He can see your bones and whatever. And we may not see that, man. We can't really see everything the same way that we're not physicians. We don't have access to X-rays and things to really look in depth. And really all you have is your discernment and the fruit that they bear. But you want to be a genuine brother. You want to be a genuine sister. You don't want to be and you got certain brothers, they just want to be part of something so they could receive the same, what's the word? Word I'm looking for, the same notoriety as another brother. I remember we was in DC. This is probably 2018. 2018, and this brother came up to us, man. We was teaching. This might have been the first time or second time we was in DC, and we had I believe this was the same day. A brother could correct me if I'm wrong. That was there, Amos or Malachi, Kodash, one of the brothers that was there. But when we were walking there, this brother came out of nowhere, and he was like, "Man, are y'all going to DC, y'all?" Because I think we was teaching at Columbia Heights or Columbia Station, right? But he was like, "Yeah, I know Zabak, man. Yeah, I know Priest Zabak. Yeah, he was so and so and so and so, and I know him from so and so." Like, well, we immediately looked at each other like, "Well, that has nothing to do with anything, man. Who are you, man?" I mean, he came out of nowhere. And some people want to use people's name. I'm led to believe that he didn't even know him. But some people like to throw names out there so they could, you could trust them or be inclined to deal kindly with them or, reveal things into them, or people want to use people's names. It's not being sincere. Right? If you begin to introduce yourself as in, yeah, I know that brother right there, then that's not sincere. Oh, I'm brother Joe. Yeah, I know Araya and Yaradan. Yeah, they know me too. Brother, what does that have to do with anything? That's not being genuine. Brothers should get to know you for who you are, not get the, you're forcing the hand to know them because you know somebody else. So again, free from every admixture of what is false, sincere, genuine. And I like this definition right here too. Unstained with the guilt of anything. So a pure brother, that's a genuine brother right there, man. Right? And there are genuine brothers, right? There are brothers that are pure in heart, man. And that's where we want to be in these last days. We want to be pure in heart, praising and serving the Yahweh Bashmi Shah, being clean, having what the Most High calls integrity. So again, we're touching on what 7 ways to please the Most High. Before the missiles drop, I'm going to tell you something. If you're not pure in heart, but you know all of the breakdowns, you're still not going to make it. I don't know if anybody needed to tell you that, but you're not going to make it. You can name all of the 12 feathers. You can name all of the 7 heads. You can break down all of the 10 horns. You can point out the ancient Roman provinces on the map with geographical boundaries. You can be a professor and go into the Hebrew and then switch to the Greek. But if you're not pure in the heart, you're not going to see the Most High. You're going to see destruction and fire and brimstone. See, the Lord said in Sirach, let's get another precept. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 19. See, these are the basics, right? I figured through the spirit and power of the Most High, we're going to touch back on the fundamentals of an Israelite and this truth, right? A lot of brothers come in and you get defiled, man. A lot of brothers, you get defiled by Clubhouse, social media, YouTube, madness, debates, murmuring, confusion, backbiting, whispering, doctrines, your own madness inside of you. And sometimes you need a damn reset, man. We all need a reset, and we have to go back to what this truth is about. And how are we going to make it out of here? Because that's all that matters. All that matters, let me tell you something. All that matters to me, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, me, my brethren, the nation, those, we getting out of here, man. Nothing else matters. I can't take nothing with me. I can't take a compliment and a like from YouTube with me. That can't help me, man. A view can't help me. The Most High can help me. I'm looking to please the Most High. I got a family, man. I'm looking for my household to make it out of here. We got congregation. We're looking for the congregation to make it out of here, man. We looking to present every man perfect. The job of you brothers and leadership, to the point I was doing a cold cut earlier, Satan hindered the word. Whether you NWFI or not, if you're tuning in, Spirit hop on you to tune in. It's your job to present every man perfect as much as you can, right? You can't put your hand in a brother's back, right? But through counsel. Now I want Sirach 19:24. He that hath small understanding and feareth God is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. Right? So which one would you rather be? A brother with small understanding and you fear God, or a brother with much understanding and you're wicked as hell and you're not sincere? You don't praise the Most High, you're looking for man. Which one would you rather be? You tell me, right? You tell me. Let's move on to the next precept. Right? So we're going into different ways that please the Most High. Right? Let's go to 2 Chronicles. Right? 2 Chronicles chapter 17. And let's start at verse number 3. Now, this is Jehoshaphat. Now, Jehoshaphat, like all of our kings, he had his ups and downs, right? He was zealous for the Most High. He put forth the law. But his problem was he liked to join them. He didn't have a lot of discernment. And he was some brothers are too brotherly, man, to their own detriment. He was too brotherly with people he shouldn't have been brotherly with the kings of Israel, and making affinity with Ahab. He was always joining sides with people that he should have left alone. And that's the problem with a lot of you brothers, man. You know how to cut people off. Jehoshaphat didn't know how to cut people off. Oh, my horses are your horses. My people are your people. No, not every time. It's what the Most High gave me. You're going the hell off until you can fix your spirit. Don't be around me. And I'm not going to be around you. Right? But that's a lesson for another day. That was Jehoshaphat's deal. You can do a whole lesson on these kings. But here's what I want concerning Jehoshaphat, right? And the good things that he did. This Second Chronicles chapter 17:3. And Yahweh was with Jehoshaphat because he walked in the first ways of his father David and sought not unto Baalim, but sought to Yahweh, God of his father, and walked in his commandments and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore, the Lord established a kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat presents, and he had riches and honor in abundance. So you see what Jehoshaphat got, man? He got presents, riches, and honor. Did he ask for that? Did he scheme and rob and finesse to get that? No. See, he wasn't even looking for that. That had nothing to, that wasn't even the closest thing that was on his mind. Getting riches and honor and presents. That would be insincere. See, one thing about Jehoshaphat was, even though I named some of the things he did that was off, or the Most High names it, he would always join affinity with the heathen. Jehoshaphat had a sincere spirit. You know, David had a sincere spirit. Josiah, Hezekiah, you could have shortcomings, but you could still be sincere. Many of the elect men did things and fell short. We're talking about it at camp. Peter denied Yahushua 3 times. John and James, they wanted to murder people. They said, let us call fire down from heaven and burn them up, man. The Samaritans. Thomas scoffed. He was a scoffer. He scoffed. I'll put it like he scoffed at the Lord's resurrection. But all of the apostles were sincere, except Judas. So the Most High still has 12 thrones for them. So what did Jehoshaphat do? It says because he walked in the first ways of his father David. So it all starts with how you walk in his knowledge. And the reward comes after that. You shouldn't be seeking a reward when you come into the truth. Some brothers, man, they in this thing and they fall away. I've seen brothers start congregations, start camps, and then they just fall apart. Because it wasn't built on the rock of Yahushua. There were other leaven and other things integrated into their purposes and their devices. Some brothers start camps so they can be the next big camp. Some brothers start camps so they can be seen, so they can get money, you know, so they can make a name for themselves. That's not being sincere. That's not pleasing the Most High. You want to come into this knowledge and walk in the ways of the creator of heaven and earth and not seek anything else. The first ways of David was doing all of the things that David did in 1 Samuel, right? All the way up to 2 Samuel. It says, but sought to the Lord God of his father and walked in his commandments and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore, the Lord established the kingdom in his hand. And the Lord is going to establish you, right? He's going to establish you. You're going to stay rooted. And you're going to remain in this knowledge if you walk after the first ways of David, your father, or the same ways of Abraham, or you walk after the ways of Isaac, or you walk after the ways of Jacob. You walk after the men that came before you through the Spirit, right? Let's go to the book of let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 18, right? Still dealing with integrity. So we're going into praising the Most High, giving thanks to the Most High. And you brothers, give thanks to the Most High, man. All the time. When you make it home, when you wake up, when you lay down, before you eat, maybe after you eat, man. You know, there's never a time where you're like, I don't know if I should praise the Most High or give thanks to the Most High. It's all right to say the water Yahweh Bashmi Awashah, Brakatha Yahweh Bashmi Awashah at all times. You know, even in your adversity. Now, I want to get this about integrity, right? Here's a good account of integrity. Right? This 2 Samuel chapter 18. And I'm going to get straight to the point. Actually, I want to get the account in verse 9. Now, this is when Absalom his army is fighting against David and David's army, right? And they're fighting, I believe, in the mountains in the wilderness of Ephraim. And the wood, they got scattered abroad amongst the wood and the trees, and they were lost, and all hell broke loose. Now, here's what happened to Absalom. 2 Samuel 18:9. And Absalom met the servants of David, and Absalom rode upon a mule, and the mule went under the thick boughs of a great oak, and his head caught hold of the oak, and he was taken up between the heaven and the earth, and the mule that was under him went away. Remember, Absalom had a lot of hair. It tells you that he would pull his hair once a year, and it weighed a lot. So his hair got caught up. He was suspended in the air, in this tree he got caught up in. Verse number 10. And a certain man saw it and told Joab and said, behold, I saw Absalom hanged in an oak. Now remember, Joab is the general of David's army. And remember, David publicly told Abishai, Joab, and Ittai, which were the three generals in his army, he told them publicly, deal gently with Absalom, my son. Meaning, don't kill him. Take him captive. Don't destroy him. Don't chop his arm off. Bring him back to me, safe and sound in the war. That's what David told the generals in front of everybody, right? Keep that in mind when you read earlier in this chapter. So the man went and told Joab, I found Absalom in the oak. Verse 11. And Joab said unto the man that told him, and behold, thou sawest him. And why didst thou not smite him there to the ground? And I would have given thee 10 shekels of silver and the girdle. So Joab, I'm going to tell you somebody that wasn't sincere. One of the least sincere people in the entire Bible is Joab amongst the Israelites, man. The way he did Amasa and cut him down. The way he did Abner, cut him down. The way he did Absalom and defied the order of the king, cut him down. He wasn't sincere, man. So he said, you see Absalom, why you ain't kill him? I would have paid you silver and a girdle. Now this man had integrity. And the man said unto Joab, though I should receive 1,000 shekels of silver in mine hand, yet would I not put forth mine hand against the king's son. For in our hearing the king charged thee, and Abishai, and Ittai, saying, beware that none touch the young man Absalom. He said, man, I don't care about that money you're talking about. King David said, don't kill him. Why would you tell me I should have killed him? And you would have paid me for killing him. David said, don't do it. Now, a lot of men would have folded because because Joab was the general. Yeah, I should kill him. I should just do it. No, man, you have to have integrity. It doesn't matter. If anybody tries to get you to go off and sin, hold it down. You're being tested at that moment. You're being tempted at that moment. Hold it down. Your women want to get you to sin. Your children want you to go off. Maintain your integrity. Like this man. Let's read on. Verse 13. Otherwise, I should have wrought falsehood against my own life. For there is no matter hid from the king, and thou thyself would have set thyself against me. Then said Joab, I may not tarry thus with thee. Man, yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're being too righteous for me. I don't want to hear that right now. And he took 3 darts in his hand and thrust them through the heart of Absalom, while he was yet alive in the midst of the oak. So he went off. See, Joab didn't have any damn integrity, man. David told him straight up and down in front of everybody, deal gently with Absalom. The man in the army said, I'm not killing him, man. You gonna pay me all this money? No. And the Most High saw that, man. He tried to pay him and bribe him. It's called a bribe. A gift destroyed the heart. He tried to bribe this man to murder the son of David. And 1,000 shekels, that's big money, man. That's big money. And he could have folded. But he had something that brothers don't have, that we all need to make sure that we have within our arsenal, and that's having integrity, right? That's called having integrity. And integrity, the classic definition, is what you do when nobody's watching. Some brothers, man, you have no integrity. You're on your phone and you're freaking off on these nasty sites, man. You're doing God knows what in the middle of the night. You're thinking about filthiness and madness and polluting your soul. Some brothers are Israelites publicly, but behind closed doors, I mean, they're damn demons. And sisters, man. Shalom, Ak. Oh, shalom. Oh, shalom. Hair wrap on, dresses, fringes, border of blue. Behind closed doors, they got damn jeans on, they got a beater on, got a toothpick in their mouth, and they cussing out their damn husband, man. Dirty diapers everywhere. You know? House a damn mess. But on the Shabbat, they got their dress on, they hair wrap. Shalom. That's no integrity, man. That's no integrity. Let's go to Job chapter 27. Right? Job chapter 27. And I want to read verse number 5. I'm going to start at 5. God forbid that I should justify you. Till I die, I will not remove mine integrity from me. And having integrity is pleasing in the eyes of the Most High, man. You pleading the cause of the poor, that's having integrity. You see a situation kind of panning out, and you should speak up to defend those who are being falsely accused. That's having integrity, man. Not following a multitude to do evil, that's having integrity. Not allowing peer pressure to make you do things that's against the will of God, that's having integrity. Not being a yes man when somebody wants you to do something wicked, that's like we read in 2 Samuel, that's having integrity. Pray that the Most High gives you the spirit of integrity, the spirit of sincerity, and you'll fare well in His knowledge before Armageddon, before all hell breaks loose. Right? Before the silver cord is damn loosed and the golden bowl be broken at the cistern, man. Right? Before the damn all hell break loose. You want to ensure that you have integrity and sincerity. So these are all beautiful things that we want to add to ourselves. We want to build ourselves up in the knowledge of the Most High and be a vessel of gold and silver. Let me get that in 2 Samuel. It's like in 2 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. Let me see where I'm at. All right, see that? Making good time. 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse number 19. It reads, nevertheless, and I'm going to say this too, man, as we approach closer and closer and closer to the day of evil, you're going to see iniquity abound, even amongst the nation of Israel. You're going to see more doctrines. You're going to be more insincerity, more false prophets, more soothsayers, more madness. It's going to be more confusion. Every time we get broken through by the heathen, the nation of Israel is always in a state of confusion and madness. When Pompey came and captured Jerusalem around 65 BC, you had a damn civil war going on. In 70 AD, you had all these political and religious factions amongst the Israelites. You had the Zealots, you had the Essenes, you had the Sadducees, you had the Pharisees, you know, you had Sakari, which was another group. You had all these different groups and division, and you had hey man, you had all hell breaking loose. You had Israelites killing Israelites. So in these days, when Jacob's trouble kick off, you're gonna have that same spirit. Why? Is it because am I speaking that out of my own belly? No. The Most High said in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and 15, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High require that which is past. So events and behaviors and circumstances are going to repeat themselves on the earth throughout the course of time, right? That's mandatory. It is a prerequisite in the creation and grand scheme of Yahweh Bashmi Awashah, that things become cyclical from the birth of men to the birth of plant life and trees to the cycles of the sun and the moon and the wind and the water, even to the behavior and the nature of men and kingdoms, right? So this is 2 Samuel chapter 2 and 19. So with that being said, be mindful of that, right? 2 Samuel, Slakia, 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 19. It reads, nevertheless, the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his. And let everyone that nameth the name of Hamashiach depart from iniquity. So the Lord knows them that are his, man. Don't you know the Lord has your name written? Your name is written in the book of life. He knows who's sincere. The Most High knows who has integrity. He knows who's pure. The Most High knows who's sincerely trying. They may fall short. We all fall short. I fall short. I say I've been damn near saying every video. I go off, you go off. You know, that man sin, that man sin. Don't get it twisted, man. Anybody you see on YouTube, anybody teaching who's doing the work of the Most High, whether it's on a high, mid, or low level, they sin. I don't care what they say. But the thing about it is the Lord knoweth them that are his. He knows who's sincerely trying, who may have fallen off, but they've repented, who had a contrite heart. Let me get that in Psalms 51. See, that's a sacrifice the Most High is looking for, a contrite heart. And the Most High, he loves a brother who hates to go off, man, who hates to sin, who feels bad when he sins, who feels bad when he mistreated his brother, who feels bad when he did something vain. Even David's heart smote him, man, when he cut off the skirt of King Saul. Even Joseph couldn't contain it together when he was playing his brothers. Because Joseph, he didn't really want to treat his brothers like that, man. You think Joseph, you know what I'm talking about, go read it. You think Joseph really wanted to be evil to his brethren, man? He couldn't even contain it, man. It says he had to leave and he was weeping. And he had to damn near get himself together because it's not in him to do that. It wasn't in Joseph to be evil. It wasn't in Joseph to play his brothers like that. It was the will of the Most High. And it was the flesh. And he couldn't even contain it, man. You know? But certain men, it is in them to do evil. It was in Saul. Yes, it was in Saul to try to kill David. He really wanted to kill David. It's in certain men that want to go off. You know? So when you do go off, you want to have a contrite heart, right? You want to have a contrite heart, huh? Through the Spirit, right? This is Psalms chapter 51 and verse number 19. I'm going to get straight to, actually, I'm going to read 17. It reads, I'm going to read 15. Psalms 51 and 15. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall show forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. Right? If the Most High wanted lambs and we had it, hey, we'll give it, man. But the Most High don't want lambs. The Most High don't want you to give a ram, man. He don't want you to take a turtle dove and divide it. And no. What does the Most High want from us in the last days? The sacrifices of the Most High are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. Oh God, thou will not despise. So the Lord is also looking for that. That pleases the Most High. The brother that falls short, but he's striving to get back up and he feels bad that he fell short. You got certain brothers that they're so nonchalant, man. There's a nonchalant attitude that people have normalized and have made cool, right? Everything, so you brush it off and it's not that bad, and whatever, you just get past it. No, there are certain things that you need to really reflect on. Now you don't want to give, I'll say this too to qualify it. You don't want to be consumed and let your sins weigh you down. That's also written in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter. Let not your sins weigh you down. But you want to, when you do sin, you want to have a contrite heart. You want to feel bad that you sinned. Your heart should smite you. That's a sign of somebody that is sincere, right? Not the brother that sins, oh, it is what it is, or it ain't that bad. Some brothers don't even know that they're sinning. They don't even know they're going off. Let's go to the book of Micah, the 6th chapter, right? Let's go to Slakia. Micah chapter 6 and verse number 6. It reads, wherewith shall I come before the Lord and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves of a year old? So this is what the prophet is saying. How do I serve the Most High in the last days? What do I have to do? Will the Lord be pleased with thousands of rams, or with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? Yeah, well, the Lord, let's say you say, well, 1,000 rams is equivalent to you doing 1,000 videos, or you doing 1,000 damn times you've been to camp, right? Is that the end all be all? No, man. What's the end all be all? He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Now you got brothers. So what is it? Well, what's the deep meaning? What's the double fold? Come on. Give me the in-depth breakdown. How does that link up with the 70 weeks? Okay, I see that, but where is the 7 heads at? Hold on, brother. Okay, is this the verse about the bear that raised up himself on one side? He had 3 ribs in his mouth. Okay, it was Egypt. It was, brother, relax, man. Stop. This has nothing to do with an in-depth breakdown. Everything's not double fold. Surely this is triple fold. Maybe this is really going into, no, brother, this is plain. That's what the point of this verse is, that serving the Most High should be in simplicity. It should be in simplicity, serving the creator of heaven and earth. It's not complicated. Don't overcomplicate how to serve the Most High in sincerity. Don't have this idea of what you think an Israelite should be. Read what an Israelite is supposed to do. The Most High requires you to live and to do justly. To do justly, it means that your decisions should be based off of the law, statutes, and the commandments, right? And you have to love mercy. That's another thing the Most High is pleased with. You have brothers that are quick to execute judgment. They're quick for vengeance, to vindicate themselves. So you have to also learn how to love mercy, man. On your children, right? You have to yank your damn children up all the time, man, and punching them in the mouth. You have to love how to love mercy pertaining to your wife. Your wife may have shortcomings. Your woman, man, may go off. You have to love mercy. She has to love mercy as well for you, knowing that you're not a perfect vessel. You have to love mercy pertaining to your brother, because your brother is made in the similitude of God the same way you are. All men was made on the same day. There wasn't a special type of men made on another day, and those men should be looked at in a different light. No. I would want mercy, so I have to show mercy, right? And you have to walk humbly with your God, man. These are also things that brothers have to examine and reflect on and meditate. Do you love mercy? Are you walking humbly with your God? Are you walking lowly? Or are you proud as hell, man? Can't nobody correct you. Can't nobody tell you nothing, man. You walking with your chest out, your head up, because you learned a few breakdowns, you learned a few precepts, you know? You got a couple thousand views, and now your head is all in the sky. Can't nobody tell you any damn thing, man. Right? So you have to, these are things that brothers need to fast for, pray for, and examine to make sure that they're doing these things. Make sure they're walking in the light of the Most High. See, Yahushua even said that in Matthew, the 23rd chapter, concerning the Pharisees and their hypocrisy, right? Matthew chapter 23 and 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone. So you need to focus on what's important, right? Stop worrying about things that are insignificant and putting your all into that. I'm led to believe they was taking all of the mint and these and counting it and weighing it and making sure they weighed it 3 times, and that's a ninth, it's not a tenth, and very meticulous about frivolous things. Don't be that kind of brother, man. You should be meticulous about the things that are important. And that's why Yahushua said that in the next verse. Ye blind guides which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel. So you go through great efforts to remove small things, right? And really, you're ingesting and struggling with large things, right? So you want to be the brother that keeps the weightier matters. There are weightier matters in this knowledge, man. There's more to this truth than what you think, than what you may see, right? Fame, clout, being seen of men, folly, vanity. There are weightier matters. Charity is a weightier matter. Giving alms is a weightier matter. Brotherly love is a weightier matter. Exhortation, giving counsel are weightier matters. Being sincere, having integrity, praising the name of the Most High, these are weightier matters. There are certain things that you weigh in the balance that weigh more than other things. That's everything. Metals, you have certain metals that weigh more than other metals. There are matters that weigh more and are more important than other matters. You need to focus on these things and not really focus on the things that don't matter. Now, small things, to qualify, the Lord said, he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little. So you also want to be prudent, but you also don't want to be overly, you don't want to have an overly scrutinizing spirit, over certain things. So let's move on to the next precept. Let's go to the book of Mark 12 and 42. So we're going into what pleases the Most High. Here's another thing that pleases Yahweh Basham Yahushua. Actually, let's do 1 Corinthians 13. Right? This 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. So charity is one of the more supreme and weightier spirits that brothers want to have and hold on to, the spirit of charity. And Paul is really putting it into perspective how important charity is. You can have all of the knowledge, know all of the mysteries, know all of the breakdowns, give literally all to the poor. But if you don't have charity, you're nothing. Charity is not used in today's terminology or vernacular the way it was used in the ancient world. Today, charity is more so financial. It's from a financial tip, right? You're giving money to a particular individual, philanthropy, or soup kitchens, or giving book bags to kids, or warm clothes to the homeless in the wintertime. Yeah, that is charity to a degree, but charity really means sincere love, right? Let me go to that word in the Greek. Right, here's the word charity. It reads agape, and it means, let's go down, affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, right? Brotherly love. It says a love feast. It kind of went off with that, a love feast, right? But it's really sincere affection, having a mind to do a goodwill, love, benevolence, and brotherly love, right? So that's literally what the word means, right? It literally means the highest form of love, and that's called being selfless. See, selflessness is another spirit attached with charity, man. Sacrificing your time, your life for something greater than you and for individuals, right? So let's read on. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It's not puffed up. So you want to have the spirit of charity, right? And there are brothers that have charity, man. You do, you may go to camp. That's actually charity. If you're teaching with a pure heart, you may do a video. That's charity. That's love, checking on the brother. All of that compasses charity. You definitely want to have the spirit of charity, man. And there should be nothing that you're doing because somebody made you do it. That's not charity. If you're going out on the highways and byways and you're teaching because you feel compelled to do it because somebody forced you to do it, but it's not in your will to do it, then it's not true charity. It's really just a job, a chore. When you go to work at your plantation, that's not charity. You're doing it because you got to do it. You got bills due. You got a car payment. That's not charity. So charity is a sincere form of selflessness. That's something that a lot of brothers we need to have in these last days, man. We need to acquire and adopt the spirit to understand that selfishness can kill you, man. And it's not pleasing in the eyes of the Most High, but selflessness is what is pleasing to the Most High. Let's read on in verse 5. 1 Corinthians 13:5. Does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil, rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth, beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. Right? Charity never faileth. I mean, it doesn't stop. It doesn't end. But rather they be prophecies, they shall fail. Right? Meaning what? There are prophecies that get completed. Like Deuteronomy 28:68, right? That failed. Not as if it didn't come to pass, but it was done. Right? The Most High said, what's another prophecy? Luke 19:43 on down. Yahushua prophesied that the siege of Jerusalem would happen. It happened. It's over. Right? Certain things, they have a set time when they're going to be complete. Right? That's what it means. Prophecies are going to fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease, right? Because man dies. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away, right? But charity, it never faileth. The spirit of sincere love and giving and selflessness, that should be in every brother's spirit. Calling the brother, checking on the brother, and your sincerity, visiting the sick, checking on those that are forlorn, defending the fatherless, defending the widow, even literally giving alms, man. That's a beautiful thing. That's a form of charity. Right? You got brothers, they've never given alms. They've never given alms. They've never given to the poor. And you got to be mindful of the poor in this truth, man. Right? You have to be mindful of the poor. The Lord said what? And this ties to the lesson. Let me get this verse in Psalms 41. and 1. It reads, Psalms chapter 41 and 1, Blessed is he that considereth the poor. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. What time of trouble is that? Jacob's trouble. All because you considered the poor. It doesn't say, blessed is the man that has 50,000 precepts memorized. The Lord will deliver him in time of trouble. Blessed is the man that hath 3 wives. It doesn't say that. Blessed is the man that won all of the debates. It doesn't say that. Blessed is the man that hath a new car, that has the most money. No. Blessed is the Israelite that got the freshest garment. No, it says, blessed is the man, or blessed is he that considereth the poor. Yahweh, Bahashmi Amashai, will deliver him in time of trouble. The Lord will preserve him and keep him alive, and he shall be blessed upon the earth, and thou will not deliver him unto the will of his enemies. So if you get delivered to your will of your enemies in the days of trouble, it may be because you didn't consider the poor. If you're not kept alive in the day of Jacob's trouble, in the days of evil, it may be because you didn't consider the poor. Got to think about that. When is the last time you and your sincerity gave to the poor? Right? Let's go to Mark 12. Right? The book of St. Mark, chapter 12, and verse number 41. And Yahushua sat over against the treasury and beheld how the people cast money into the treasury, and many that were rich cast in much. And these people who were casting in money to the treasury, you think they knew Yahushua was watching them? No, man. See, the Most High, he's observing. He's always watching. The angels are always recording. Now, this is Yahushua, of course, but same spirit, man. The spirit is always on the scene. And the spirit doesn't always reveal. The Most High doesn't always say, hey, I'm watching you. Do the right thing. No, it got to be in you to do the right thing. Nobody should force you and remind you to do the right thing. It should be part of your nature in this truth. So Yahushua's watching people cast into the treasury. This guy gave, 1,000 shekels. The rich gave, 500 gold shekels, whatever, right? Verse 42. And there came a certain poor widow, and she threw in 2 mites, which make a farthing. Now, a mite, let's put that word up, 2 mites, right? So that's a base, one of the lowest forms of currency, a lepton. It reads, a small brass coin equivalent to the 1/8 part of an as, that's as, worth about 1/5 of a cent. Right, see that? So that's a small coin. It's called a mite, right? Worth about 1/5 of a cent. So she cast in 2 mites, right? Let's read on. Verse 43. Remember, Yahushua saw that. And he called unto him his disciples, and saith unto them, verily I say unto you, that this poor widow, which hath cast more in than all they which have cast into, it's like that this poor widow hath cast more in than all they which have cast into the treasury. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all her living. And this is a heavy account right here, man. See, the rich people, they literally put in more money. It's not about putting in more money. It's about putting all that you have. That's what matters. If I have, and I'm thinking about this carnally, if I have $10 million and only give $10,000, that may seem like a lot, but look at what I sat on that I didn't give. Now, if I have $10,000 and I give $10,000, I gave more than the man that had $1 million. So likewise, on a spiritual level, you're supposed to give all that you have to the treasury, to the Most High. You're supposed to make your whole body a living sacrifice, not just your right arm, not just your right leg. Your whole body has to be made a sacrifice to the Most High. You have to cast in all your living. Don't just do a half effort. You have so much to give, but you give so little. You have so many talents and gifts that the Most High gave you, but you only give a minimum amount. You do the bare minimum. That's not being sincere, because you know you can give more, and the Most High is watching you give less. You're no different than Acts, the man and woman in Acts the 5th chapter, and Ananias and Sapphira, who kept back part of the price, man. Stop keeping back part of the price, man. Or the Most High is going to keep your life from you. Give all that you can to the Most High. Be sincere. And even on literal alms, man. If you can give alms, actually give alms, man. Yeah, this is talking about physical alms, and yes, we understand that, but also on a spiritual level, right? You want to have these spirits on you, right? Let's go to 2 Corinthians 9, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 9. So charity, alms, praising the Most High, blessing the name of the Most High, giving thanks, sincerity, integrity, all these are ways to please the Most High in the last days. I had another precept in mind. Matthew 25:31. Most High willing, I can get that too. Right? 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse number 7. Every man as he proposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for the Most High loveth a cheerful giver. So if you want to be a cheerful giver, you should love to give alms like Tobit, man. I mean, there's really not too many of our fathers you read that gave alms like Tobit, that expresses the importance of alms. Tobit was burying the dead, man. Nobody asked Tobit to do that, man. That was in his spirit to do that, to bury the dead of the northern kingdom that was killed by Sennacherib and these Assyrian kings. That was in his spirit to do that. There are certain men you read about that did beautiful, righteous things, and they did it out of their own self-will. When Abraham rescued Lot, he could have said, that's not my problem, man. But he's his brother's keeper. He knew that. When I just gave the account, when a woman gave her 2 mites, nobody told her cast in all that she had. She did that, man. When Moses, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, when he bowed down before the men that rose up against him, nobody told him to do that. A lot of our fathers that did things, when Daniel stood up for Susanna, she was about to get put to death. And the Holy Spirit rested upon a young youth whose name was Daniel. And he said, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Paraphrasing. Nobody told him to speak up, man, for her. See, if you're the elect and you're a man of the Most High, it's going to be in you to do the right thing, to go above and beyond, to be a cheerful giver, to cast in all your might, to check on the brother, to exhort. It's going to be in you. And if it's not in you, hopefully, Most High willing, by the end of this lesson, you understand the importance of these spirits being in you. Right? Now, let's go to the book of Luke, the 8th chapter. We're going to get a few more and we winding down. Right? We're going to get a few more, we winding down. Luke chapter 8 and 22. So think about this, man. Remember, the Lord said, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. And every day there's something happening. We know how to please the Most High. Let's actually do what pleases the Most High. Let's stop focusing on vanity, confusion in Israel, gossip and murmuring, wickedness, madness, and focus on what pleases the Most High. So you can make it out of here, man. I hate it. I hate it in this society, man. Everything about this society I utterly despise, and I'm sure you do too. So let's focus on what pleases the Most High so we could prove and make our calling and election sure. That's what this is about in these last days. This is the proving to the Most High, man, that you're worthy of the kingdom, for lack of better terms. Let's pull away from the pack, man. You in that race, right? You doing that, that marathon race, man. You might have people next to you. It's time to kick into that second gear, man, and focus on what's important. Luke 8 and 22. Now it came to pass on a certain day that he went into a ship with his disciples. And he said unto them, let us go over unto the other side of the lake. And they launched forth, right? But as they sailed, he fell asleep. And there came down a storm of wind on the lake, and they were filled with water and were in jeopardy. And this happens to every single one of us, man. You say, well, I wasn't on a boat. I've never dealt with this. And brother, you've dealt with this the last time that you was about to get fired from your job. You dealt with this the last time you had that near-death experience, that health issue, that last stressful event. We all have been in the same situation as what we're currently reading about in Luke 8:23. Whatever storm you dealt with in life, only you and the Most High know. Where you were in jeopardy, when you were at your wits' end, when you didn't have the answer how you was going to pay this off or pay this rent or your mortgage or get this car payment paid or get this job or take care of your children or put them in school or whatever you had going on. Everybody has their own storm they dealt with, and everybody is dealing with jeopardy, right? So let's see what happened in verse 24. But let's see how you're supposed to deal with these things. Verse 24. And they came to him and awoke him, saying, Master, Master, we perish. Then he arose and rebuked the wind and the raging of the water, and they ceased, and there was calm. And he said unto them, where is your faith? And they, being afraid, wondered, saying one to another, what manner of man is this? For he commanded even the winds and the water, and they obey him. So the point is, where is your faith? Another thing that pleased the Most High is a man that believes in the Most High, right? Is it not written, he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him? Are you seeking the Most High out, man? Are you seeking out you? Are you seeking out what is going to make you pleased and accepted amongst men? Or are you seeking out the Most High? You have to constantly seek out the Lord, man. Be a man after the Most High's own heart. Go and read and study and see the accounts of what our fathers did, man. Pray for more faith. The Lord is looking for men that believe in him. Is it not written in Luke, the 18th chapter? Let's get that in Luke 18:7. Luke chapter 18:7. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? So the Lord told you, man, there's going to be so much spirits and dismal spirits and confusion and darkness that it's going to seem like nobody still believes in the Most High anymore. So you want to have faith in these last days, right? Building up your faith and praying for faith is pleasing in the eyes of the Most High. Believing in the Most High, even in adversity, the Lord wants to see that, man. That you keep the faith, no matter what you go through. That you have integrity, no matter what situation you're in. That you're seeking him out. You have to seek out the Most High. I paraphrased it. He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Not I'm going to seek the Most High out kind of here and there. I'm going to kind of do what I want and, do my own thing. Right? Salakia. Right? You can't say that, man. So let's go to Hebrews, right? We may be winding down. Right? Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And actually, I'm going to jump up to verse number 5. By faith, Enoch, when he was translated that he should not see death, was not found, because the Most High translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. See, that's what it's all about, man. We want to have that same testimony. Remember, it says Enoch, I'm going to get it. Enoch walked with God and he was not, for the Most High took him. Genesis chapter 5 and verse number 23. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. What does it mean he walked with the Most High? He walked in the ordinance, the statutes, the commandments. He walked in the ways of the Lord. He pleased the Most High by doing that, so the Most High beamed him up in a chariot. You want to have that same testimony, that before we're beamed up, if we're part of that number, we're going to please the Most High, right? Everybody that's beamed up in the chariot, you're going to have the same testimony that you pleased the Lord. So you have to go back and see what Enoch did, man. He prophesied Yahweh's return. He had faith, man. He didn't conform. He wasn't a respect of persons, you know. He walked with the Lord. He walked in his uprightness, man. He walked in his integrity. That's what it means he walked with the Lord. Doesn't mean the Most High had footsteps in the sand and he followed behind him with the footsteps in the sand. That's not what it's talking about, man. Right? Verse number 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. So no matter what we go through tonight, I mean, what the lesson is about, you have to believe all these things. You have to believe that the Most High is going to hear you when you bless his name. You have to believe that the Most High is going to hear you when you give thanks. You have to believe that the Most High can give you the spirit of integrity, virtue, faith, a clean heart, a pure mind, clean hands, sincerity. You have to believe these things. If you don't believe these things, then you're wasting your time. You wasted 2 hours of your time. You could have been asleep. It's 2 a.m. You better off going to bed, man. But if you believe in the Most High, then you're going to do the things that please the Most High. That's what this means. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Diligently seek the Most High. Diligently read, meditate, pray that the Most High sups with you, reveal things unto you, meditate the secrets, and everything we've been going into. These are things that please Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua. Again, you got Trump. Trump is moving nuclear submarines, man. Now, I'm not saying that things going to pop off, but the Most High could do what he want to do, man. Right? Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushua could very well have Russia, blow up a submarine. Trump could do a false flag and say Russia attacked the submarine to declare war. You can have, a lot can happen, man. A lot can happen in a matter of time. So these nuclear submarines are the real deal, man. Right? And he's moving them. And we're still watching. We're still seeing what's going on, man. Right? He's moving them near Russia. So he's a bold man. We both know that Russia plays a major role in biblical prophecy, right? Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel 39, Isaiah the 13th chapter, right? We understand that, man. There are nuclear, and this is bold, man. No president would dare to do that. He's sending nuclear submarines right now, or he's done it already, all the way out there, right? He's bold, man. So we know World War III is coming. We know the battle of Armageddon is coming. And if we want to make it out of here, we want to have the testimony that you and I, we both please the Most High. So with that, we're going to close up, giving, of course, our honor and glory to Yahweh. Ba'ashima Mashiach Wamalak Yabushai. Most High, when you were edified, keep the Sabbath holy. No buying, no selling, no cooking, no work, no sex on the Sabbath, no speaking your own words, doing your own pleasures. We're going to be in Atlantic City tomorrow doing a unity camp with the Philly Jersey brothers. If you're in the area, come out. We'll be starting camp around 3 o'clock. Come out, do the work of the Most High, fellowship, congregate, labor. Most High willing, again, you were edified. Kwame Shalom. Shalom.